This could end up being the shortest rebuild I've ever done, or the longest, because today we are going to be rebuilding this 0 overall team until we win a Super Bowl. And this is a pretty dangerous challenge for me to do, because if you've seen one of my videos before, y'all know the Madden gods don't exactly love me, and we are gonna be thugging this out. We're not gonna play any games, like usual. Our fate is gonna be completely in the hands of simulation, which again is dangerous. So get a drink, get a snack, get whatever, because like I said, this could be a long one. But I'm super excited to get into this, so super quick. Be sure to leave a like on the video. If you enjoy it, it very much helps out the channel. It sounds stupid, but it really does help. And if we can get, let's see, we're at 2,000 likes on the last 0 overall rebuild I did. If we can get to 2,500 likes on this video, it'll let me know y'all want to see something very similar to this, with somehow an even worse roster, which is a big hint it's something I've done recently. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to hit 60K really soon. All I do are rebuilds, so be sure to subscribe. Trying to hit 100K before the end of the year. And last thing, no shout out for this video, but normally I do shout outs for suggestions, so let me know any fun rebuild ideas y'all have down below. But without further ado, let's get into this possibly very hard, very painful rebuild. Let's get to the end of the year, and will today finally be the day where we win a game with a 0 overall team? No, big surprise. We didn't even get close. We got beat 126-0 by the Texans. That's rough. But y'all have probably seen a 0 overall team before. I'm not going to spend much time on the stats. Eric Garrer, 0 touchdowns, 58 interceptions. Let's go. He was our only positive rusher. This isn't even worth going over. This is just depressing. 29 sacks allowed from Julius Chestnut. Treylon Burks had 190 tackles. That might be the most I've ever seen. And then no TFLs, no sacks, no picks. But now for the good part. Let's get into this first offseason here. How did we have negative 0.0? How do you have negative 0.0? Negative 0? That's interesting. But let's get into this first offseason. And I want to know, don't cheat, don't skip to the end, but leave your predictions for how many years this is going to take me. I'm going to say 6 or 7, but leave your predictions down in the comments. Whoa. Okay, I accidentally clicked out of it, but Treylon Burks has 17 upgrades. He led the league in tackles. Yeah, I would hope so, with 190. He also made the Pro Bowl as a 12 overall. That's great. I always say this, but shouldn't you not be able to tackle at all with 0 tackling? I don't know. But this is going to be pretty huge, and I think I do have a strategy for what we're going to do in free agency, at least for this first year. Oh yeah, I always forget. Free agency in year 1 is terrible. But that's fine, because for this first free agent class, I'm just going to go with super young players that maybe have a chance of developing. Maybe. So let me see what I can do. But okay, these are the players we're going to go for. I'm not going to list them all off, but you see them. Actually, we don't even need a kicker and punter. I forgot I didn't make ours 0 overall. I cheated. But AJ Epinesa is the highest overall player we're going to go for. He's decent. Big group of players here. We're trying to fill out most of the roster with younger players to see if we can turn any of them into really good players. So let's see if they all want to sign. I'm assuming we'll get about most of these guys. Okay, we only get 4 through the first wave. Unlucky. How about now? Okay, no more sign. How about now? Okay, we get Epinesa, but that's it. Okay, most of them ended up signing. Still a few more, but this isn't super important. These are just like random dart throws to see if we can get someone good randomly. Let's just get to the draft. But here in the draft, of course, we have the number 1 pick, and I think it's pretty safe to say we're gonna trade this down. There are some decent players at the top here, but I want a quarterback. Josh Herrera looks decent. Most of his ratings are insane. He has like at least 5 A ratings for receiver ability, but he also only has D catch in traffic, C release, and 4.52 speed. I think he's really good, but I'm not gonna take him over a QB. The one first round quarterback here is Tyler Whiting. He is only 21, thankfully. If he was any older, I might just wait until next year for a quarterback, but I think I will take him. Pretty slow, but elite strength, elite throw power. So we'll trade back to about 10, maybe? If he gets taken, it's not the end of the world, though, because this is just not a very good QB class. All right, we're going to trade down with the Cardinals. We're going to pick up the 10th overall pick, their first rounder next year, and then a second this year and next year. And I don't see the quarterback taking a pick ahead of us. I kind of thought that's what would happen. So he is still available. Let me just double check. There wasn't anyone good I missed? No. There are a lot of projected first round QBs here. It's just there's only one that is actually a first round talent in Tyler Whiting. Possibly normal dev. I hope not, but we'll take him. Why did I say that? What is wrong with me? Why would I say something like that? What? God. I mean, he's probably decent. He's probably like a 74, 75, but I knew what was gonna happen as I was saying that. I knew I was gonna manifest it. Ooh, this corner looks really good. Jordan Crocker, A-man, B-zone. Good speed, elite acceleration. Probably not gonna take him yet because he's a 3rd to 4th round player, but he looks good. Kawhi Aiken. Shout out Kamar Aiken. There's my random player pull for today. He was a pretty decent receiver for the Ravens for like a year, but whatever. But I might go with a receiver here. This is risky because this could be another normal dev, but Derek Rice looks decent. He has elite speed only, or no, he has great acceleration. I thought that said good. I don't know, 4.37 speed's elite. It's probably great, but I would save elite for like 4.2 speed. But he has A deep route, A to C awareness. I don't like the catching though. He does have B release. Is he that good though? This is a pretty important draft, so I'm gonna take my time here. Andrew Crockett, a speed rusher with 4.71 speed. All right, we're gonna go with Derek Rice. I don't think he's great, but I don't see anyone too great here. I think he has a chance to be really good. It just depends on what his spec catch is, and it depends on what his catch in traffic is. We'll take him. He does have hidden at least. Okay, good. 96 speed, 95 change direction. I'm changing his number as soon as we can. That's gross. We have so many numbers available. Why do you pick a number in the 20s as a receiver? Pick like, I don't know, something normal. I don't want to get into it, but just 2 picks later here. Okay, Joey Grant is kind of interesting. Elite jumping, elite acceleration, A awareness, A finesse moves. The only thing is, oh, he's a terrible run defender. Okay, maybe not. And we would have to move him to outside linebacker where he would probably go down in overall, but I'm thinking about him. Ooh, and actually, Aaron Sermon at tight end. I wish he was more scouted, but I see A short route, A catch in traffic. Not super fast at all, but yeah, his combine wasn't great, actually. I don't know, though. He could be pretty good. But I'm actually going to trade this pick down. There isn't really anyone in this range that I want too bad. But we are going to be trading down with the Bears. We're going to pick up a 3rd round pick. Is that who we just traded down with? No, it was the Cardinals. Okay. I thought I traded down with the same team twice. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, but still, it would have been weird. But this is going to be the last pick that I'll show. I'm going to go with Robert Mahoney, because we should probably build up this O-line. I think for the rest of this draft, I'm just going to take offense and that one corner, but I want to build a good situation around our quarterback. I don't want him to, is that a good idea? He doesn't have a dev trade anyways. I don't know. We'll see, but we're taking Robert Mahoney either way. He looks good. We'll take him. Hidden dev. Wasn't supposed to go until day 3, but I think he's worth it. But let's see how we did in the draft. Okay, we did all right. Whiting is actually pretty decent out of 75, just no dev trait, of course. But 96 throw power, 84 deep accuracy. Definitely a deep ball thrower. But unfortunately, he doesn't have the best surrounding cast around him, at least with the offensive line. We did get him some good receivers. Derek Rice is a 76. That was a good pick. Also 96 speed, pair of 96 speed with 96 throw power. Definitely isn't a bad strategy. Mahoney's only a 73. That wasn't a great pick, but it's decent. That's probably exactly a mid-second round talent. But Jordan Crocker is a 77. Of course, no dev trait, but that was a very good pick. And like I said, I made every pick here. We also got Peter Terry, 75 overall. No dev trait, of course, but 87 spec catch. Pretty good route runner. And then Aaron Sermon's whatever. He's only a 70, no dev trait. And then Max Blackburn, he was like the last draftable lineman. So no 80 overalls, nobody really too close, but like for what we could have done, we did pretty well. I mean, there was 178 overall past the first round, which we didn't get, Robbie Dickerson. So past the first round, we did about as well as we could have. Derek Rice is also up there for one of the best players. Tyler Whiting, of course. We did well. But here's a look at the team heading into year 2 or year 1, depending on how you want to look at it. I guess we'll call it year 2. I don't think we're going to be winning the Super Bowl this year, believe it or not, but it's a much better team than last year, up to a 72, which is still probably by far the worst team in the league, but a lot closer to the next team than a 0 overall, so we'll take it. Oh yeah, and also Sermon did have hidden dev. For some reason, I thought he had normal. And also, I don't remember who mentored him. Maybe it was Bo Melton. Sometimes rookies do mentor rookies for some reason, though. But Peter Terry got one of those breakout scenarios, and I obviously picked dev trait, which is actually huge. I mean, he went from being probably an eventual replacement to maybe a starter for this whole rebuild. We'll see. But yeah, obviously this team isn't anything special. This defense is especially rough looking. I guess because we only have one dev trait as a starter, which James Houston was just a free agent, so I signed him. I definitely have more hope for this offense for this year at least than our defense, but we'll see. But let's get to the midseason point of year 2, and we will see how this team does. Will we win a game? That's another prediction to make. I'm gonna say we will win 1 game this year. That's my guess. Okay, well, big surprise. We are 0-6. I mean, that's not really... That's fair. We have the worst offense in the league, and it looks like actually not that bad of a defense. Our pass game isn't too bad. We're actually 17th for yards allowed. That's pretty good, considering what our team is. We do have some re-signings, but I doubt there's going to be anyone too important here. James Houston actually could be interesting, but we'll see at the end of the year. There really isn't much for me to do here, but wait, I do kind of want to check something. I might already give up on the quarterback we drafted last year. Okay, maybe that's a good idea because he's doing really poorly. I mean, I can't blame him for doing bad, but he's not going to gain a dev trait, and that's kind of what we need. So yeah, I think we are going to draft another quarterback this year. I kept quarterback as our focus position because I feared that, but even if our guy ended up doing well, I would have just set it to safety because safeties, like those draft classes are way too good in terms of safeties. So it would have been a good secondary position to draft if, you know, the quarterback we have is doing well, but he's not. So we'll keep it as QB. We'll hope there are more first round talent quarterbacks this year, more than one first to second with normal dev. But let's get to the end of the year. My prediction is looking maybe good so far. We don't have a win yet, but we will see how we finish. Okay, well, I guess the one win prediction was a little too optimistic. We finish 0-17. How? Well, no, I understand us going 0-17, but the Colts were the best team in our division at 7-10. Keep in mind, each team in our division got 2 free wins a year off of us. If we were good, the Colts would have gone 5-12. The Texans would have gone 4-13. The Jags would have gone 3-14. I wish we could have this winnable of a division when we have a good roster. This might be the worst division I have ever seen. It's close. But let's see what went right, what went wrong. Tyler Whiting was definitely not part of what went right. We are absolutely going to trade him away. Jaleel McLaughlin was bad, 3 yards per carry. Derek Rice was actually pretty good as a rookie, over 900 yards, 6 touchdowns. Not good enough for offensive rookie of the year, but I guess he could be close. Whoa, 20 sacks allowed from Alex Leatherwood, 18 for Walker Little, 10 for Robert Mahoney. We didn't even pass that much. We only passed 467 times. Okay, but Nate Landman, 134 tackles, 129 for Nick Peterson as a rookie. TFLs, 16 for Levi Onwuzurike, 11 for James Houston and AJ Epinesa, 10 for James Lynch, and then, whoa, 1 sack for 5 different players led the team. Nobody managed to get more than 1. Not even 1.5. Didn't James Houston come in real life a couple years ago and get like 8 sacks and like 100 snaps? He had 1 in 1,000, almost 1,100. I love this game. And then we had 2 total interceptions. Cool. But MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. I don't even know why I'm checking yearly awards. We're not going to have anyone up here. Well, actually, we could have maybe an offensive rookie of the year. We'll probably get number 2, though. What a call. We get Derek Rice at number 2. Kyrie Hurd for the Bengals at number 1. Unlucky. Peter Terry at number 6. Tyler Whiting at 8. Aaron Sermon at 9. Oh my God. We get number 2 for both. This game hates me. Tyrese Ayers wins it for the Patriots. Nick Peterson at number 2. Jordan Crocker at number 8. If we got even one of those, that would be huge. I mean, like I've been saying, this is the time where we need dev traits and we need players to become long-term options, and we get number 2 for both offensive and defensive rookie of the year. This game is testing my patience early. And then as for dev traits, I'm sure we didn't get any superstars. No. None on offense. And, oh yeah, we didn't have any hidden devs on defense. So, unlucky first draft, but let's get into the offseason, and this is where this team should start to get better. I shouldn't be, I'm not surprised we went 0-17. It's just, we always get number 2 for awards. Oh yeah, and by the way, I went Bengals offensive playbook and Ravens defensive playbook. Those are probably similar to what they're going to have this year, maybe. I mean, those are the teams the coordinators came from, so I just went with that. But speaking of the Ravens, they do win the Super Bowl here, so that maybe bodes well for us. I mean, we had the worst defense in the league, so maybe not, but they beat the Packers 21-18. Those are the new Chiefs and Cowboys in Madden simulation, at least for me. Those are the 2 teams that always make the Super Bowl now. But for re-signings, I really don't think we're going to bring anyone back. James Houston with his 1 sack, I think I'm good. How did Roger McCreary do? 1 pick, 3 I'm good. He had 122 tackles. I forgot about that. That's insane for a cornerback. That's not necessarily a good thing. Walker Little with 18 sacks allowed. Oh yeah, Nick Peterson was a UDFA. That would have been so cool if he won Defensive Rookie of the Year, man. This game hates me. But he does re-sign. Probably never gonna develop because he didn't win that 1 award. But everyone else, I think I am good. Actually, wait, someone had a lot of TFLs. Who did? Not TJ Slayton. I don't know. It must be someone who doesn't need a new contract. contract. But, ooh, that's kind of cool. Levi Onwuzurike gets star dev. Christian Izzian, or however you say his name, I don't know. The Bucks corner / safety. Nate Landman got a dev trait, and Ardarius Washington got a dev trait. That's cool. I don't know how much any of those are gonna matter, but they could. We'll see. I wanted more dev traits, but that was kind of my goal with signing so many younger players last year. But this should be a better free agent class, and it is a little better. I think our main goal is gonna be this offensive line, allowing probably close to 60 sacks, I would guess. At least 50. 55, yeah. That's... Now, a lot of the time that is on the quarterback. I just think Tyler Whiting is horrible, and we're gonna trade him. But, I mean, if it's that bad, a lot of the time it is the O-line too. So let me look through free agency, and let's see what we can do. You know, I never really sign quarterbacks and try to develop them, like Justin Fields or Tua Tagovailoa. Like, I never do that. I should more. But usually I just like drafting if we need a QB. But here's what we're gonna do in free agency. It's an interesting class. It's actually pretty good, but there were a lot of players that I wanted that we just can't really compete for. Couldn't imagine why they wouldn't want to sign with us. Not because we're like a 74 overall or something, but there is like literally nobody good that's interested. So that's tough. But we are going for a few players. We're going for Joel Bitonio, which would be huge. I do sign him a lot, but I don't know. It's O-line. It's fine to sign O-linemen over and over again. Dion Dawkins, every player's very hit or miss in this game. Overall doesn't matter, but a lot of the time he is good. Now that I say that, he's going to play horribly, but we'll see. Michael Carter, I doubt we're going to get because we're competing with the Bills and Bengals. Would you rather go to a good competitive team for probably the same contract or the worst team in the league? Tough decision there. And then we're also going to go for Milton Williams as our last one. He actually is a little interested for whatever reason. But let's see if these 4 players do want to sign. All 4 do sign, and we get Joel Bitonio, Dion Dawkins, and Milton Williams. We do not get Michael Carter. I also wanted DJ Reed, but he had a 5-star offer. It must have been from the Chiefs. Chidobe Awuzie is here. I mean, we'll just maybe bring him back to the Titans. Just kidding. Probably not. Greg Newsome. I'm not too desperate for corner. It's easy to draft corner, but I want to make this team better, you know? Okay, I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately, but I did what we could that made sense to do. So let's get to the draft, and we need a good one. The one last year, it was technically good value, but absolutely 0 good dev traits. But here in the draft, we pick at number 1. Unfortunately, the first round pick we traded for last year ended up being number 28. But should we trade Tyler Whiting now? I guess we could. Who would want him? Wait, this game is so special. I love paying a quarterback when you're already paying a quarterback. That's cool. Okay, I think I found our team. I don't think we can get the first round pick in return. Or no, I should say, I don't think we can get the first round pick back that we spent on Tyler Whiting because he was so bad, but we'll take a second from the Raiders just to get rid of him. And thankfully for us, we're not going to trade back here because there is a top 5 talent QB staring right at us. Jaron Burns out of San Diego State. That's an interesting number 1 pick school, but he's only 21 years old, just like Tyler Whiting. He's a little faster, still elite throw power, and definitely more of an all-around passer more than just kind of a deep ball thrower. So he looks good. Let's take him. Hidden dev, thankfully. 94 throw power, 82 speed, 86 excel. He looks good. Probably like a 78, 79, so we'll take it. And now let's see. We have a lot of picks. We could trade up here if we want to. I like Harold Geathers a lot. A power moves, A finesse moves, A tackle. Now I've taken a player like this before, not that long ago, who was a little disappointing in terms of overall, only like a 76, but that's still good. He also has 4.61 speed, 4.55 at his pro day, 33 bench reps. We might have to trade up for him. I wouldn't want to trade up too much, but if he does happen to still, he's not going to be available at 16. He's probably projected like, oh, he's the number 6 player. Okay, I don't really want to trade up that far. Oh, Randy Staley though. Oh, whoa. Okay, elite speed, but only solid acceleration. This guy might be worth trading up for. If he lasts to 10, I might. I can't even read that guy's name. Something Curly. Cole Curly? It's so bright. There goes Harold Geathers at number 6. So there goes Javier Compton, who also looked pretty good. I knew that was gonna happen. He goes at number 9. Okay. He was a really good player. Whatever. We'll see what the damage is. We'll just pick at 28. There are still some really good looking corners like Trent German, Kevin Carmichael. Ooh, Theo Peppers at safety. Speed check, 447. Ooh, we might have to take him. He looks pretty good. We need pass rush though, so bad. You're never supposed to make desperation picks or, reaches because you need a position so bad, but I might do that here. Dalton Kirkland doesn't look that good, but our pass rush is so bad. Not here. I'll take Theo Peppers first because I think he is legitimately good. Maybe normal dev, but he's only 21 years old, so we'll take him. Hidden dev, 92 speed. I think he's a really good player. I think he'll be a 78 plus. Could even be an 80. And now just like 4 picks later, is Kirkland still there? He is. So I think that was the right way to do it. There is also Kai Christie at defensive end, but he'll drop if we move him to outside linebacker, so Dalton Kirkland, probably only like a 72, but we need a power rusher. Normal dev, we'll see. And then maybe the last pick I'm going to show here, Trey Goodwin. Maybe not. He has a deep route, but that's about it. He does have elite agility. He could actually be pretty good. A 6'4" deep threat, 233, 4.42 speed, 25 bench reps. See, I would take someone like this in real life in a heartbeat. I don't know if he's good here. He might be. He actually has good route running. He looks like a fun player, and we don't not need receiver. I'm gonna prioritize our O-line, but we'll see. Okay, you know what? I lied. There are so many good linemen. We can take one later. Let's go with Devin Geddes here. Normal dev. Unlucky. My drafting hasn't been great today. I mean, it's been about as good as it could. It's just the dev traits, man. And then last pick I'm gonna show, let's go with Trent Walker. Not very good power, but good finesse, A lead block, A impact block, A awareness. That's all the stuff I look for. He's very fast, a 4.87, 36 bench reps, insane combine. We'll take him. Hidden dev, 91 strength, 74 speed, 85 excel. That's a good player. We need more picks like that. But this was a very similar draft to last year. Still no 80 plus overalls. I guess we're only 2 drafts in, but Jaron Burns, 79 overall. I think that's what I guessed. So we'll take it, but I just had to predict Theo Peppers. He's nowhere as good as I thought he would be. What's the issue? Honestly, he's just not that great at any one thing. I guess that's kind of the issue. He's pretty good at everything, not amazing at anything. Only a 75. That's first to second round value. That's fine value. Dalton Kirkland, I guess to 72, and he is a 72. Geddes isn't that great, but Trent Walker, 75. That's a good pick. He'll start. He'll have to. And then Kevin Carmichael, 77. I did end up taking him, but like last year, no dev trait. And then I did also pick Eddie Benedict and Joseph Bates. Neither of them are that good, and I don't know what the CPU did. So this is a good draft technically. We got the best quarterback in the class, a top 5 talent. This was a fair pick. This wasn't a great pick. This wasn't a great pick. This was a good pick. This was a good pick. And then this is day 3, so who cares? Randy Staley was the only 80 plus in the class, and I wanted to take him. He just went 1 pick before where I would have traded up. I love this game, and it loves me back, clearly. But let's get into year 3, and we will see how the team is looking. But okay, we are up to a 78 overall heading into year 3. We're looking good. We definitely need another free agent class before we're, an actual pretty good roster. We definitely need to add receivers and a running back. But overall, this offense especially isn't too bad. Hopefully Burns does better than Whiting did last year. We'll see. The Bengals offensive playbook is pretty good in this game, and that's like 99% of what matters. This defense should not be good, though. It'll probably outperform our offense, just knowing this game, but it shouldn't be. This is a horrible defense. We have good corners, but that's it. And even then, they're just pretty good. Like, out of 79, Jordan Crocker is the 46th ranked corner in the league, so he's like a mid number 2. Should not be our number 1. God, I don't check that number enough. Like, what's Peppers ranked for free safety? 41? He's not even starting caliber yet? That's kind of crazy. He's a 75. That doesn't seem that bad to me, but that's interesting. How about Burns? This is the last one I'll check. Where does he rank? Number 24, so he's starting caliber. That's cool. But anyways, let's get to the midseason point here, and we will see how we do. I don't have much faith, but I think we can win at least our first game this year. Hopefully a few. That's the hope. We're getting there. 0 overall rebuilds have a super slow start and then start becoming good really quick. So hopefully that can happen next year. All right, well, this is where I might start benching some players, because by this point, we should maybe be sneaking in a win somewhere. We're 78. Where does that rank in the league? We would probably be even higher if we're actually, playing, or at least winning a couple games, not being 0-6. Now, I bet we are still the lowest overall team in the league, but it looked like the Saints were an 80, so we're not the worst by that much. I understand being 0-6, but I was hoping for at least a win by now. So who's getting benched? For blocking, Max Blackburn isn't doing well, but to be fair, he's like a 68, I guess up to a 69 now. Nice. Joel Bitonio's doing pretty bad, but the rest of our line's really good. Ooh, Milton Williams, 4.5 sacks. Thankfully, he has that because we have 3.5 total outside of him, and we have 1 total interception. Unlucky. I don't know who to even bench. We're kind of just collectively terrible right now, which is understandable. But do we have any important re-signings to make here? Ardarius Washington, I do want back. We're gonna have to go very player-friendly, but even then, it's only 4.5 mil per year. He takes it. Levi Onwuzurike will go 3 years, 21.6. Did he take it? Yeah, he did. Okay. And then other than that, we'll see at the end of the year. A lot of these guys we probably won't bring back just because we don't need to, but we'll see. So let's get to the end of year number 3, and will we get our first win? I think we can win one, but I guess I'll understand if we go 0-17. Okay, well, before I reveal how we did in year number 3, again, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a like. 2,500 likes, and I will do this again whenever we hit that goal, and it very much helps out the channel. Again, subscribe for more if you like this video so far, then, you know, this is kind of the only thing I do. And be sure to let me know any fun rebuild ideas you have that can be similar to this or whatever you can come up with. And question of the day. I don't know if I did one on the last video. I might have forgot. I'm not sure. But answer this down in the comments. Like I said earlier, I end up seeing most of them. Kind of a weird one, but someone asked this in a comment. But do you have a second favorite NFL team? I don't really anymore. For some reason, when I was younger, I used to like the Chargers, the Dolphins, and the Eagles, and the Packers a little bit. I don't really even remember what the reasoning was. Oh yeah, I had a LaDainian Tomlinson jersey when I was like 7 or 8. I guess maybe that's why I liked him. I don't know. I don't even remember where I got it. I don't know why I like the Eagles or Dolphins, but let me know in the comments, do you have a second favorite NFL team, or did you at one point? But anyways, as for dev traits this year, I don't know if we got many good ones, but at the very least, Jaron Burns has X Factor. I'm glad we traded Whiting away. He was not good, and now we should be set up for success, hopefully. You know, he's playing with a -3 morale, so that isn't ideal, but at least he has a good dev trait. And did we even have any hiddens on defense? Oh yeah, Peppers. He only has star, but whatever. Does he at least rank higher than, what, 41 or whatever he was? He's 20. Okay, he's starting caliber now. Cool. We'll take it. That was a disappointing pick. I thought he would be really good. But in year number 3, we finished 4-13. Not too bad. Definitely could have been a lot worse. Honestly, in the second half of the year, we weren't too terrible. I mean, we weren't good. We were, what, 4-7? But that's our best stretch of this whole rebuild by far. So hopefully things are looking up. But Jaron Burns was decent. Probably not good enough for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but he'll probably be number 2, and I'm probably going to cry about it. But he was decent. 21 touchdowns, only 8 picks. Zach Moss was at least better than Jaleel McLaughlin was last year. 3.7 yards per carry, 12 touchdowns. Not many yards, though. Ooh, and Derek Rice almost had 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns, 980 for Terry, 6 touchdowns. Even Geddes as a rookie did well. Pretty well spread out receiving numbers. I wasn't going to add a tight end because I didn't think Sermon did much, but was he decent last year? 500 yards. He got a lot more catches this year. Less yards per reception, but we'll see. We might add a better tight end. I don't know. Oh, and for blocking, what happened? How did we do better in the second half? Our O-line wasn't that bad in the first half of the year. It was fine. Deion Dawkins was horrible. Max Blackburn was horrible, but that's fair because he's like 69 overall. Robert Mahoney wasn't that good. Joel Bitonio allowed 7 sacks at left guard at a 91 overall pass protector. Our only good lineman was Trent Walker. Great. Not like I invested a ton of money into that and draft picks, but Nate Landman, 115 tackles, led the team. 114 for Peterson. TFLs, 17 for Kirkland as a rookie. He was actually decent. 17 for Onwuzurike, 16 for Epinesa and Williams, and sacks. 7.5 for Williams. Not nearly as good as he was in the first half of the year, but still good. Good year for sure. 4.5 for Kirkland as a rookie. 3.5 for Onwuzurike. 2.5 for, God, Epinesa's been horrible. I almost called him Phillips. I don't know how I read that, but sure. And then Ardarius Washington led the team with 3 picks. He was good. 9 pass deflections. I don't know if that'll be enough for superstar dev. I doubt it, but I don't think I'm going to replace him. And then 1 pick for 4 different players. So still not good, but better. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes again. Big surprise. Offensive player of the year goes to Jonathan Taylor. No Titans. Also no Titans for defensive player of the year. I was hoping Milton Williams could be up here, but no. But offensive rookie of the year. I guess it doesn't matter too much because Burns already has X Factor, but it still would be nice. Okay, I saw Titans at number 2, and I thought we did get cucked again, but no, Jaron Burns does win it. I kind of wish it went to Geddes because he doesn't have a dev trait. trait, but no. Well, no. Jaren Burns definitely could use the extra upgrades. Like, it's helpful for that, so we'll take it. We top 2. And Javier Compton did win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I figured he would be good. Kirkland at number 3. Carmichael at 8. So, what are our takeaways from this year? It's going to be hard to fix our O-line because it's already pretty good on paper. So that's just a Madden simulation moment. So I'm going to ignore that. I will add a right tackle, but that's it. I definitely want a running back, and I still think we could use a number 1 receiver. I know our receiving core was decent, but, you know, to be fair, we don't know, like, drop numbers or, like, we don't know all the nerdy stuff, like yards of separation. Like, we don't know how good the receiving core actually was. We really need a player at almost every position still, which is unfortunate, but it's doable. The first free agent class was weak, and last year nobody was interested, so hopefully there's some players interested this year. Let's get into free agency, and let's see what we can do. This could end up being a 10-year rebuild, I'm realizing. I thought we would start out a little better, but if you haven't already, like I said, be sure to get a drink and a snack. You might be here a while. But in the Super Bowl, we have probably not an Aaron Rodgers revenge game. He's probably retired, but the Jets do beat the Packers 27-24. Who was their QB? I can't remember. I don't think it was Aaron Rodgers. What? Nah. No way. It's Mac Jones. Joins a division rival, I guess. I mean, he had the Jaguars in between, but that is something. He's been pretty good. If you haven't watched the Rebuilding a Team of Busts rebuild, go and watch that, because that was a lot of fun. Go watch that after this. Mac Jones was our QB, and he actually ended up being pretty good. No spoilers, but he was decent. But for the rest of our re-signings, AJ Epinesa did get star dev, but I'm good. He's had, what, 3 sacks total in the last 2 years in full starting snaps. I think I'm okay, thank you. Honestly, for everyone here, I'm probably good. So let's get into free agency, and this is where we can hopefully make this team good, assuming there are good players and assuming they actually want to sign with us. Those are the 2 big questions. No for both. Nobody's interested. Even, I guess not less than last year, but none of the top guys are interested. There are a few down here, though, to be fair, but it's not that good of a class either. It's a decent QB free agent class, but that's about it. But let me see what we can do, and we could actually get this team looking pretty good here in a second. But here's what we're gonna try to do in free agency. I guess I wasn't on the right screen, but we're gonna go for Charvarius Ward, Cortland Sutton, David Montgomery, DeMarcus Lawrence, Zach Tom, Shaquille Barrett, and Grady Jarrett. A lot of players. A lot of older players. Almost all these guys are around 30 or older, just not Zach Tom. But this would be a huge free agent class. I mean, this fixes most of our needs. We don't have like a true number 1 corner. Charvarius Ward would be that. We don't have a number 1 receiver, but Cortland Sutton is close enough. We've had a pretty bad run game, so hopefully David Montgomery can be good. We've had 0 pass rush, so hopefully DeMarcus Lawrence can do that. Same with Shaq Barrett. I know both are older, but both do pretty well in this game a lot of the time, especially DeMarcus Lawrence. Zach Tom, we need O-line, and we'll just see how he does. And then Grady Jarrett is usually pretty good in this game. I don't think we'll get all these players, but I'm hoping we get most of them. So let's see who wants to sign, and everybody signs except Shaq Barrett, and I think we got everyone except DeMarcus Lawrence, which isn't great. That's kind of one of the main players I wanted because he does so well in this game, but it is what it is. I figured we wouldn't get all of them, but let's see if Shaq Barrett wants to sign now. No? How about now? Okay, he finally does. So there's at least somebody that can maybe do well, but definitely a very good free agent class still. Can't complain too much. So let's get to the draft and we will see what we can do to fill out the rest of this roster as much as we can. But in the draft, we actually don't have the number 1 pick for the first time. The Steelers have it here, which, you know, I guess we weren't the worst team in the league at least, but unfortunately, we still need a pass rusher, and there really isn't a very good one. There's Mac Bartow, who looks like a 74 overall, I would guess, maybe a 75. I am probably good. I focus scouted both Nick Moore and Colby Bryan. Both are 3rd to 4th round or later projections. I think really our only option is Elliott Hansen. There is also Jermaine Adkisson, but he's a speed rusher. We need power rushers. There is also Eddie Cooper, who isn't fully scouted, but what does he look like? Great speed, but I don't think he's that good. Now, if we're taking Elliott Hansen, we're obviously going to trade back a decent bit, probably to at least like 16 or 17. There are some good receivers here, to be fair. Like, now hold on. What if instead of trading up, we traded down? Or no, I said that backwards. What if instead of trading down this pick, we trade our 2nd round pick up and take a receiver with this one? Now, I guess these receivers aren't like insane looking, but they're both pretty good. Both probably like a 77, 8. That isn't really worth the number 2 pick though. I don't know. I don't know what to do. There isn't really anyone here that blows me away, so I think we will just trade this back and pick up a ton of draft picks again. Even these tackles don't look that good. Ugh. What's Justin Merriweather's speed? Oh, okay, maybe there is someone worth this pick. We just signed Charvarius Ward, though. I still think we're gonna take Justin Merriweather, though, but we'll trade back a little bit, maybe to 5. Oh, I traded for the wrong pick. I meant to trade our pick down for the 5th overall pick from the Saints in their 2027 first, obviously. This game's kind of dumb, though, so I think we can just, like, flip that for free. Yeah, that's something. But let's see. They are gonna go with the left tackle. Okay, it's so hard to see. The Giants go with Chad Hurst. Okay, and the Raiders. Please don't. Oh, no, they're totally gonna. They have depth at corner, but it's not a great corner group. Please don't. Please go with, like, the defensive end or something. They don't need a defensive end that bad, at least. Let's see. Okay. I don't know why I always do it this way. No, wait, we traded down. I had to trade down. Ignore what I was trying to say. I don't want to explain it because it's going to make me sound really dumb, so I'm not gonna. Justin Merriweather, I wish he wasn't 23, but elite speed, elite acceleration, A awareness, A tackle, A zone. I don't know why I listed his tackle before zone. He's a man corner, so we're gonna hope A man. Let's take him. Hidden dev, thankfully. Only 96 speed, 95 excel. He ran a 4.29. Close enough. It should be like a 97, but that's close. We'll take it. He looks really good. Now, do we trade up our 2nd round pick? We do have an extra pick next year, that 1st rounder, so I think if we do trade up, we'll probably trade up a next year pick. Let me get to like pick 20, 22, and we'll see who's still available. Was that the guy? No, that wasn't the guy. That guy's bad, so I'm surprised the Dolphins took him. He was like a day 3 talent. All right, pick 20. Would the Colts take him? I would hope not, but they might. He's not a scheme fit for them. They're a 4-3, but CPU doesn't know that. They go with a QB. Yeah, Rosen's a good last name for a 1st round quarterback. No history there. All right, so Hansen is still available. Let's trade up here with the Seahawks. I don't think he'll go for a few more picks, but I don't want to risk it. We need pass rush bad. It's not listed as a need, though, to be fair. And they have a 69 overall quarterback. He has superstar dev, but they would probably go with a QB here. I know the CPU logic is dumb, but is it that dumb? No. They go with a left tackle, though. Sure. All right, this will be a little cheaper. Eagles at 22. We're really being stingy with this trade up, but all right, we're gonna trade our 3rd next year for the number 22 pick, and this guy better be worth it. I shouldn't say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Let's just take him. Elliott Hansen out of Oklahoma State. I think that's where Tyler Whiting was from, so that's scary, but looks good. 1st to 2nd round talent. We'll take him. That's what I was not wanting to say. Hopefully he has hidden dev and he doesn't. Whatever. We didn't give up that much. Just a 3rd next year. It's fine. The last pick I'm gonna show here. What do we need? What's a desperate need? Pass rush was a big need. We didn't fix that yet. Oh, whoa. Brandon Bullocks. Definitely a name, but he looks pretty good. His strength isn't the best, but it's solid at least. We might take him. There is also Josh Roosevelt, who looks pretty good. We don't really need O-line anymore, but y'all know me. I'm an even bigger offensive line believer than most people. Ooh, Matt Brown at tackle actually looks decent. He has poor strength, though. 28 reps isn't that bad. I don't like taking tackles. So last pick I'm going to show, let's take a chance on Brandon Bullocks. Not supposed to go until day 3, but we're close enough. We're a round away. Let's take him. Okay, I don't know why I'm surprised. Pass protector guards always have normal, but we'll take it. We'll see what his overall is. But okay, here's how we did in the draft. We did well. Again, just dev traits were our issue. But Justin Merriweather, probably star dev, but he is an 81 overall, 96 speed, 80 man, 80 zone. And where does he rank in the class? I doubt he's the best, but he could be. No. Whoa. Okay, I thought Eric Saunders would be good. I didn't think he would be worth the number 1 pick, though. He has 94 spec catch. See? Another reason why I wish there were A+, because I don't want to get into it, but I just wish there were. But actually, Merriweather wasn't even the best corner. Dwayne Glenn, 82 overall. I just completely missed him. Looks really good, though, but I mean, close enough. Merriweather was the 3rd best player, so we'll take it at number 5. What a corner class, though. Ben Stockton was also really good, an 80 overall. And a receiver class. Like, both were insane. They were all the top players. But Elliott Hansen's actually decent. He's a 76. Just, of course, no dev trait. Bullocks is decent. I thought he would be like a 77, but he's only a 74. That's whatever. Carl Brown, I took him. 74 overall. I don't remember. No, he didn't have have a dev trait. Okay. But he's decent. He'll make the team. And then I thought Hugh Sherman would be really good. No dev trait, but he had like all A ratings almost. I don't know how he isn't higher than a 72. Like, his man coverage is horrible, but I don't know. Everything else he's pretty good. Just he doesn't have the craziest pursuit, but 78 awareness. I thought he was going to be really good. He's only a 72 though. But the CPU picked a good running back, so we'll take it. Not nearly as good of a draft as I thought we were getting, but still definitely a good one. You know, it's always good to get a top 3 player in the class, so it is what it is. But here's a look at the team heading into year 4. Up to an 84 overall. We're doing much better now. We're like maybe an average team. We might not be the worst anymore. It took us a long time, longer than I would have liked, but at least we're here. Okay, yeah, we're the same overall as the Raiders. We're 3 overall better than the Patriots. We're 2 better than the Jags and Giants, so we're doing well. We're better than some teams on paper. Not many of them, but a few at least. But we'll have to see how this offense does. I mean, if we get to the point where we're like 8 years in or something, I might finally go Chiefs offense and Bills defense, but we'll see. But we finally have a running back who should play well, which is like maybe the most important thing in simulation, which is really stupid, but whatever. And we'll see how Jaron Burns does in year 2, now up to an 86 with X Factor, of course. With a better receiving core, now with Cortland Sutton, better O-line with Zach Tom at right tackle, and I am hoping and praying that this can be a better pass rush. I mean, it wasn't the worst last year, because Milton Williams did well, but that was it. And even then, he was just good. So we'll see how this team does. Unfortunately, I doubt that we got any good dev traits this year. I mean, wow, we really didn't get many in general. Newman had a dev trait at running back, and Merriweather had a dev trait. And was that it? That's rough. God. And unfortunately, I don't think Merriweather has a very good dev trait. He could, but he hasn't developed yet through the preseason. He hasn't gained any overall, but we'll see. But once again, let's get to the midseason point of year number 4, and we will see how we do. Okay, well, we are 3-3. Our whole division has 3 wins so far. Kind of weird to look at. I wish the Colts had played one less game, then we would have been perfect 3-3. But thankfully, we are finally doing better. Not great, but better. We don't have a great offense, and I guess our offense is better than our defense in terms of points, but for yards, it looks like we have 6 total sacks on defense, which isn't great, but we're 8th for yards, so something's going well on defense, apparently. I don't know what, but we'll take it. And then our offense is just pretty mid all around, but we have some re-signings to worry about this year. Nothing too major, I don't think. Oh yeah, and by the way, I forgot to mention, I signed a few just free agents. Jonathan Shepard, pretty great backup guard, starting caliber, so I don't know why I've been checking that so much in this rebuild, but I don't know, it's something I maybe should have been checking before. I guess it doesn't really matter, but it's still interesting. And then Jerzon Newton, who doesn't have a dev trait, but he's pretty good. Oh, Shaq Barrett's here, so we'll maybe want to re-sign him. Joel Bitonio, okay, there are at least one super important player. But we'll re-sign Milton Williams. We'll go 3 years, 34. He takes it. Shaq Barrett, we'll see. We're definitely not going to re-sign him now because he'll be cheaper at the end of the year, but we'll see how he does. Same with Joel Bitonio. He also isn't interested, but he should be a little cheaper at least. So nothing too crazy for re-signings. So let's just get to the end of the year and we will see how we finish. I bet we'll probably finish somewhere like 7-10, but that will be our best season so far by a decent bit. Okay, never mind. We made the playoffs going 9-8, finally. And our offense actually ended up being super good. Number 8 for points per game. Our defense was pretty horrible. 28th for points per game, but I'm gonna assume that's a result of only getting 16 sacks. I don't know. But Jaron Burns was very good. 4,300 yards, 34 touchdowns, only 9 picks. I do want to see how Tyler Whiting's done. Where did we trade him to? Was it the Raiders? Oh, he was pretty good too. I figured he would be. I figured he just was horrible because of our team, but you know, without the dev trade is tough. But yeah, Burns was great. Montgomery, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 4.1 per carry. See? I mean, we changed a lot more than this, but as soon as we get good running back play, we make the playoffs. I know that's, again, not the only thing we changed, but still. Oh, Cortland Sutton, almost 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1,100 yards for Peter Terry. Derek Rice with 800, we'll take it. Deion Dawkins was horrible. Trent Walker was horrible. horrible. 7 sacks from right guard. Ugh. How was he last year? Oh, he was good last year. Whatever. That's a Madden simulation moment. But Hugh Sherman, 105 tackles, led the team as a rookie. Probably number 2 for Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I'll cry about it. But Grady Jarrett, 16 TFLs, 15 for Milton Williams, 13 for Shaq Barrett, and sacks? 5 for Shaq Barrett, 2.5 for Milton Williams. Dalton Kirkland only had a sack and a half this year. We are going to change our defensive playbook pretty clearly. And then for interceptions, our Darius Washington has been so good. I don't know if he's a budget simulation pickup, but he might be. He's been a monster. I guess 0 picks year 1, but the last 2 years at least, he's been really good. But then 2 picks for Peppers and then 1 for 5 different players. But MVP goes to Jalen Hurts. Jaron Burns at number 7. I guess that's a really similar name to Jalen Hurts. Jaron Burns. That's interesting. Cortland Sutton up there at number 9 for Offensive Player of the Year. Oh, Daniil Hunter won Defensive Player. That's kind of rare. That's cool, I guess. Of course, he's a division rival, so that's not cool, but it's interesting. Kendall Newman at number 5 for Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Hugh Sherman at number 4 for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Unlucky. Now that I think about it, after the draft, I think I was going to check someone's overall on a different team, and I don't think I ever did. I think I do that every single year, where I say, oh, we'll see what he was after the draft, and then I never do. I don't know why. But we are going to be playing the Baltimore Ravens in the wild card here. We have a one last hurrah scenario. Hopefully not for Joel Bitonio. That's exactly who it's going to be for, though. So I shouldn't have said that. Yep. I mean, to be fair, he hasn't played great, so I wouldn't be too upset if he retired. And then we have a first of many scenario finally in the playoffs here. We will go play it cool as I always do. Those Titans uniforms are definitely blue. Or what do you even call those? Outfits? Like, whatever. Let's simulate this game against the Ravens. Wasn't there like a rivalry between this team for like a year? I don't remember, but let's see what happens. And we do kind of crush them. We beat them 35-21. Now, I don't know about that, but we'll take it. I mean, they had the better roster for sure, and they were at home, but that's a disadvantage in Madden for whatever reason. But I think we're going to get plus 10 more morale for the Joel Bitonio retirement, possible retirement at least. It took about 20 minutes to load that screen. Oh yeah, I'm getting a new PC, so I should hopefully be quicker. Should be here today. And then we have a first of many recap. Give us those sweet, juicy staff points, please and thank you. And then we have a hot opponent here for the Jaguars. Huh. They're 13-4 with one of the worst rosters in the league. Thanks, EA. We will go be confident. Y'all know me. Plus 10, lots of stuff for both teams. But let's see if we can beat the Jaguars. My guess is no, because they are a lower overall than us, but I guess they're at home, so it balances out. We'll see. It's fine either way. I thought that said 24-7, but no, 14-7. Very low scoring game. I forgot to change our defensive playbook, but I'm not going to do it now. Maybe in the offseason, but it seems like our defense is coming around. I mean, averaging 14 points allowed for the last 2 games. That's like half of what it's been. So we have a recap for the one last hurrah again. Plus 10 more morale. Everyone's got to be maxed out by this point, right? Not yet, but a few are. Jaron Burns is playing up to a 97 overall already. That's insane. And then we have a recap for the hot opponent. Plus 10, lots of stuff, of course. 2,500 XP. That's actually huge. Not even just for this year, obviously, but for the future. Ooh, and we have a decent amount of upgrades, it looks like. I might manually spend some of these. I might go like slot for the cornerbacks just because it's... I used to give this tip all the time, but always go slot if you want to upgrade a man corner because it gives them 2 overall a decent amount of the time. But I think our playoff hopes might be coming to an end here. We are going to be taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. 90 overall to our 85, maybe an 86 now with the upgrades. No, okay, I guess I'll go fuck myself then. But let's see if we can move on to a Super Bowl already. I'm not like cheating and force winning games, obviously, but let's see if we can get a win here. We do. 28-21. Is this going to be a shorter rebuild than I'm expecting? We do not deserve to be here. This is Madden being Madden. We had one of the worst rosters in the league to start this out. I mean, I wouldn't say the worst, but it was bottom 5. Even now, I mean, we are up to an 86 now, but where does that rank? Probably not great. It's better than a team like the Saints and Raiders and Patriots, but there are a lot of teams that are better than us that definitely deserve to be here over us. I guess we're close-ish to some teams, but like, I don't know, the 49ers should probably be in the Super Bowl over us, the Eagles, the Bucks. I don't know. Wait, we're the AFC. I'm stupid. I named the NFC teams. Whatever. But we have another whatever retirement thing. Plus 15 morale, cool. But in the Super Bowl, we are going to be taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Are we really going to get to the Super Bowl just to lose to the I might genuinely genuinely be upset if we get to the Super Bowl and lose to the Cowboys. I play it up a lot of the time, but I genuinely might be mad. Maybe. Okay, he's gonna... I mean, we knew that. Why is that breaking news? Well, I guess it's whatever. Maybe we're the only ones who knew still. And then we have a Super Bowl Media Day. This is hopefully everything, but could be just... No, we'll say everything. It could be everything, or it could be just the beginning. You never know. Oh yeah, and let's check dev traits. I know one of them. I was wrong about one of them. I'm glad I was wrong about one of them, but let's see if we got any dev ups. Okay, Cortland Sutton got Superstar. That's valid. I'm kind of surprised he did, but he deserves it, so that's cool. And then on defense, okay, Ardarius Washington went up to Superstar. That's cool. But Justin Merriweather does have X Factor. We're building a really good team here. Slowly but surely. But let's jump in and watch this game simulate, of course, and we will see if we can get a Super Bowl win or luck into one. But here we go in the Super Bowl against the Cowboys. This is gonna be a tough one, but it should hopefully be doable. I don't have much hope, but there is always a chance. Let's simulate to the end of the game and we will see what happens. We do score first to make it 7-0. They do tie us at 7 though. We kick a field goal. I wish we got a touchdown, but we'll take it. We do get a touchdown at the start of the third. We get another, or a field goal, and we get another field goal. We are up 23-10, now 31-10. And just like that, that's the end of the rebuild. That was so much quicker than I expected. We went from the worst team in the NFL last year to Super Bowl champs. Definitely with help from Jaron Burns. He was a stud this year. But that might be the quickest we have ever won a Super Bowl in a 0 overall rebuild. We got lucky. We absolutely smoked the Cowboys. But hey, sometimes all you need is just a little bit of luck. Unfortunately for me, this is like the most I've ever wanted to continue in a rebuild. But I set the goals. Once we win a Super Bowl, we are done. Not the most deserving team ever, but still a pretty good roster. And one that has a very bright future that we unfortunately won't get to see. But this was a lot of fun. If you want to see me do this again with maybe a slightly different, somehow worse starting team, arguably worse, again, 2,500 likes, I will do that. So also let me know any fun 0 overall rebuild or whatever type of video ideas you want to see. And be sure to subscribe for more. Expect a lot of fun stuff coming out soon, so you'll want to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. But also, I don't plug this enough, but be sure to turn on notifications. It'll help you know whenever I upload. As I always say, whenever I do that, it seems like a ton of people turn them on. I'll notice the number go way up, so be sure to do it. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.